NZXT has come out with a new Kraken Z series with LCD screens, but you don't have the money to put something like that in your computer, but it would still be nice to have an LCD screen. Well, you can put in a 5-inch LCD screen for around 60 bucks. Let's see how. You have to admit, those new NZXT Z series screens are pretty slick. I mean, you can put in animation pretty much whenever you want to put in those things. So for my budget LCD monitor, I went with the Geek Pi HDMI 5-inch monitor. A little HDMI connector right there, and it's powered through the HDMI, so it's just one connection and it's plug and play pretty much on the computer, and the computer sees it as a fourth monitor. So, well, for me, a fourth monitor. The computer sees it as another monitor. When you plug it in, you'll plug it into the back of your computer, you'll see it as another monitor, and you'll see the desktop on there, and you can put pretty much whatever you want on there. And then to go from the case to my video card, I purchased this thin cable HDMI, only a 3-footer, that's all you need. And then I also got this this angle HDMI, you can angle it. And all those are in the show notes. I think this was under 50 bucks, 40 something bucks. This was about $8, and then the cable was around 10 or 11. So not that expensive overall to add this thing, and the things you can do are pretty cool. One of the first things you want to do is figure out where you're going to put your LCD monitor in your computer. I had a wide open space on this side, so I just had to figure out where exactly I wanted to put it. And then the cable that we were going to connect to power and send the video signal, with my rig it would fit right through the back where I have my vertical mount. Then I could plug it right into the HDMI on my video card, and then route it behind the video card, and then plug into the monitor. So I ended up going a little ghetto with my build, but hey, this is a budget build. Just put some electrical tape around the border to make a border for it, and I'm wired it up where I wanted it. And then the only connection on it is this HDMI cable, and got it routed behind my video card, and then plugged into the back of the video card in the HDMI slot. As far as what content to put on there, I made some animation stuff. I didn't really want like the computer readout of temperature and all that stuff going on, the typical stuff that people put on there. I wanted like some animations and some video. But you can see it if like this Harry Potter clip, for example, you know, it really bleeds out. And it's not a very good viewing angle on this screen, so if you get to the side a little bit, you know, it's hard to see everything, or it really gets blown out when there's a lot of action going on. So you really got to kind of pick and choose what type of stuff you want on there. Like, you know, this clip of Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time, you know, I thought would be pretty cool on there, but it really bleeds out a lot in the screen when, you know, when the whites kick in and so forth. So you really miss a lot of the action. So you really got to be kind of picky of what exactly you want on there so it looks the best. You see how it kind of bleeds everything out on that screen, so you don't get your best picture. For me, I ended up going with straight up animation. I just created some animation clips in Keynote on my MacBook Pro, and then just exported as video, and then I just play the video full screen on that little screen. So just straight up animation on mine. Didn't try to go with a lot of movie clips or anything like that that would bleed it out. That seemed to look the best with the animation with the black background. So that's what I ended up going with. So I came up with a list of pros and cons, 3 for each. So if anyone's thinking about getting this or doing anything like it, you can hopefully watch this video and make up your own mind. The 3 pros. First pro is that it's very inexpensive. It's only like 60 or 70 bucks to get all the equipment to install this thing. Number 2, usability. It's pretty much plug and play. You just plug in the HDMI into the monitor, and then you plug it into your video card, and you're up and running. And number 3 Pro is you can put whatever you want on it. You're not limited to, you know, just animated GIFs or anything like that. You can put, it's a monitor. Whatever you can play on your monitor, you can play on this thing. So the 3 cons, it's a low resolution screen. It's only, I think it's 800 by 640. So you got low resolution on there. Bad viewing angle. You know, it's a cheap screen, obviously, so you're not going to have a good viewing angle. You pretty much got to look straight on if you want to see anything worth a crap, depending on what you have on it. With some of my animations, you could see at a different angle, but it's definitely a con. And then the big con for me was, yeah, it was great to have that running in my case. But with that running, when you're playing a video on there in a loop constantly, to have that cool little animation going on, your computer never goes to sleep because it's always doing something. Your monitors are never going to go to screensaver mode or anything because it's constantly running that video. So that was the kind of the deal breaker for me. I like my computer to go to sleep and hibernate when I'm not using it and save energy. Yeah, I could stop the video, but it kind of defeats the purpose of having some cool gadget in there. So basically what I'm ended up doing, since one of my sons has a Raspberry Pi, and that's pretty much what this is for, I'm going to let him have it, and he can play around with his Raspberry Pi with this screen. It is a touch screen, so he can play around with that with his Raspberry Pi. So there you have it, the pros and the cons. The cons kind of won out for me, and it was a fun project for $70, I guess. what's that? A night out, you know, with a meal or something. So lesson learned, and hopefully, you know, it'll help you decide if you want to get one or not in between the pros and the cons. So please remember to subscribe to my channel. Always putting out content on there. It's been a while since I put out a video, but I'm getting back in the game now. I do stream on Twitch and Facebook. I have been streaming on both simultaneously lately, but still deciding if I want to just do one or the other. So you can catch me at Pete68 either on Twitch or on Facebook. So you can watch my horrible gaming, or you can just view these video clips when I post them. Try to get it one out every week or two. So enjoy and be safe, and I'll see you on the internet.